As a part of legends, leaders, warriors, and other great souls, we could not do this without recognizing individuals in the community. With that being said, I presented to the company, particularly Aaliyah and Kiara, two outstanding legends who I felt deserve some recognition from the Georgetown community. Since they have worked with me, they have contributed to the company in one dimension or another, and because of their footprint in the Washington, D.C. area and beyond. So how can you do legends without recognizing some local legends? Escort Miss Davis, the diva, Miss Davis. She's sitting over in my section. I need you to escort her to the stage.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
So before I begin, I also want to have Mr. Adrian Vincent James, also known as AVJ, come down to the stage. Thank you. So these two individuals mean a lot to me personally, but in addition to that, they have contributed so much to the Washington, D.C. area. I'm going to start with the baby of the two, Mr. James. Mr. James, I describe him as a D.C. legend, dancer, choreographer, dance educator, professor, and a history maker. And the reason why he's a history maker is because he's the first African American to dance with the Houston Ballet. He has danced all over the world, but his heart always belonged to Washington, D.C. Many of his students have gone on to greatness in dance as well as in theater. He has taught Taraji P. Henson from Empire, and the list goes on and on and on. But the great thing that I love about Mr. James, as the students call him, I can always count on him. I can call him and say, Adrian, I only have $10, can you do this? And he'll say, okay, all right. But we work well together, and on a personal note, when I first moved to Washington, he was one of the first people to embrace me along with one of my mentors, Laverne Reed, and he said to me then, you gotta get that ballet, you need that ballet. Yes. So I can go on and on about him. I want to present his award that the company and I, as well as the Office of the President and our additional sponsors. So this is our Legacy Award. This is not a new category. It's a category that we don't do every year, but it's a very special category. And to Mr. James, it says, Legacy Award, Adrian Vincent James, Artistic Excellence in the Field of Dance, History Maker. That's all I could afford to put on the have a flowers for you. Can you get that? He can still stretch, y'all.
65 in 2 months, yes, God is good. Well, quickly, she said. First of all, I want to thank Alfreda, and I want to thank the beautiful dancers of the BMDT movement for, first of all, the journey was long for me. Perseverance is very important. At first, a lot of these girls who you saw in the point, they hadn't put on their point shoes since they left their schools and high schools or whatever. And we started. And a couple of weeks in, oh, we can't do this. I said, we must do this because you brought me over here to do this. So they, as you can see, they did a beautiful job tonight. And as God will have it, I have another student, this young lady right here, who I taught at Divine Dance Institute, and now she's dancing with me. It makes you, for all the people that God has blessed me with, teachers, educators, community leaders, I just thank him for ordering my steps, and especially my mother and father, who believed in me and took me to different dance schools and symphony and orchestra, and that wasn't heard of in the 60s and stuff. And especially for my African-American man from Southeast Washington, D.C., I like to say. I'm very proud and I'm humble every day as I go to Duke Ellington School of the Arts to teach, and thankful that God has allowed me to continue. As I said, in 2 months I'll be 65, and it's been a long journey, and I thank him for it and the beautiful people he puts in my life. And thank you, the audience, for always participating and helping us artists out. God bless you all.